If they are
Yes.
on bus
Yep.
stops or someplace,
Yes, ma'am.
they're keeping their space. They are hanging in their own atmosphere there. But it doesn't mean that they are unfriendly. It's not like they don't want to talk to you or they don't
Okay.
want to see you. But it just means that they are trying not to disturb anyone.
Yeah, it will
So
seem weird.
yeah, probably it will, because in Pakistan, lots of people, a lot of traffic, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Lots
Yes.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
noises, voices
Yeah.
all around,
Yes, ma'am.
and
Yes,
lots
ma'am.
of
Yes,
colors
ma'am.
and everything. In Finland, the overall look is
Right.
very peaceful, more quiet. Of
Lot
course,
of
in
musta
Helsinki center,
in
there are
Pakistan.
lots of people and it's very busy like any big city. But people appear a bit different, I think. But don't let it disturb you. It's just how people I learned to stay here, how they are in Finland.
Leaving
So
them on their own business and giving them space on.
yeah, they're giving yours. And if you want to ask something, then you just go to ask the person, and usually they are very helpful to you. And also, if you get a Finnish friend, you know someone from Finland,
Yes.
they
I
are
have a Finnish
usually,
friend, man.
yeah. Onko hän mukava? Is he nice?
He's living in Pakistan, ma'am. He's from Estonia. He born in Estonia, I think, and then he went to Finland, like moved to Finland.
Mm,
Then at the age of
mm,
6, he moved to
mm.
6 or 12. He moved to USA. He's been living in
Yeah.
US around about 40 years ago.
Ah,
It's
ah,
about 40 years, and now he's in Pakistan. So he meet me on the
ah,
weekends. Occasionally,
Tuk
he
ah,
tuk.
meet with me, and
yeah,
we have
yeah.
some conversation. He know a bit Finnish as well, language.
Ah,
So he's also very nice. He once told me
yeah.
that if you will go Finland and you can, it's a happiest country. But if you go to personally their peoples or so citizen, if you will ask them, hey man, are you happy? Or so everyone
Mm,
has their different sad story of life. Someone has a true
yeah.
story of life. So he told me that
Yes.
reality always hit differently.
कोई तो
So
रोक
Yes,
लो.
absolutely. Absolutely. I
Chukut,
think it's
chukut,
yeah,
chukut.
correct. Yeah. Yeah. You can make this overall things of happiness or anything, but everyone really has their own stories. Kaikilla on oma
Yeah.
tarina, how things really go
yes,
and how
ma'am.
things really are. Uh,
And
but
someone is having good days, someone is having bad days. You can doesn't compare comparable
yes,
to it's the happiest
yes,
country. It doesn't mean that everyone
yeah.
will get
It's
सुल्तान
happiness.
like
की हो गया.
everywhere.
सुल्तान
Yeah.
Yeah,
रखत को
Yeah.
yeah,
That's exactly. And that, yeah, what happens to you, it happens to you and not for anyone else. Yeah, it's true.
exactly.
But if you get to Finland, come to Finland and you get to know some Finnish person and you make a friendships, then the Finnish people are usually very reliable, and then it means that even not they are maybe not so talkative all the time, or they are not like uh, chatting, small talking all the time. But if you get to know them, you will start knowing that they talk a lot, they enjoy life a lot, and they are very reliable and good friends also. So
Ma'am,
Tough
what
to
about
make
if you,
friends in Finland.
I have a question.
yeah,
What about the state benefits? All the tax you paid, you will get some benefits. What about the rules and regulations? Like you have to take a license to start anything. If you're gonna start your own business, you have to take a license. Is there's a proper setup for the lawyers, license agents, and all that, or it's just going like my country, like you can do whatever you want to do without a license and all that, literally.
uh,
So
no, no. Basically, Finland is very regulated country. Uh, but you can't really, if you want to make business, you need to do certain things. You may need to do the bureaucracy and the paperwork for it, and it's very very I'd say it's
Tough.
restricted is wrong word, but you cannot do things in secret really, because everything
okay,
is regulated, and it also gives everyone the certain amount of safety, the feeling that you are safe, so you can trust if there is a business going on. and you make some business with somebody, then you know that these companies are real, that you can actually do business. Or if you go to some store, you know that they are obeying the certain rules or certain amount of how would you say? Yeah, so that if it's, for example, a restaurant, then there are certain things that you have to be able to do in certain way, for example, for the hygiene or something. And it's regulated what you have to do to be able to keep a business. And if you are not obeying these rules, then the business is going to be taken away from you. They will stop your business if you are not for example, keeping the meat in cold as it should be or something. So there are a lot of regulations here. And sometimes the paperwork, it's like looks like a mountain there, and you have to climb over it for example, to make your own business. But
Sure.
obviously it's possible because there are lots of small companies here, small corporations, bigger ones too, but businesses for one person businesses, there are restaurants, lots of restaurants. For example, in Turku, we are having hundreds of restaurants, and they are some people's businesses. So it's very thing that you can do. Lots of hairdressers, barbers, everything that all of them have to make the business. Yeah, are they regularized? They make the system by the book, and it works.
That's why over a little amount of food carts and street food is very little bit in Finland because their regulation are too strict.
Yeah, but you mean street food and something
stalls.
I didn't hear.
Stalls,
Yeah.
food carts, that's it.
Food carts.
Yeah, so for example, street food, there are some events where people can serve street food, for example. But I'd say it's one of the things are maybe the regulation that it's not so easy because to serve street food outside. But inside if you have a restaurant in there, if you are obeying the regulations, then you can make a business of any sort of food. But also the weather is not very good for doing that sort of business in Finland. Yeah.
You guys pay a lot of tax. So do you guys get some benefits, or what kind of benefits do you guys get?
It's taxes.
Yeah, to tax band karana hunda.
Yeah, taxes. We pay a lot of taxes, but all the schools are free for children. They get free food from the schools. Daycare is for little children. You have to pay for it, but it's a very small amount that you have to pay. For example, hospital. If I need to go to healthcare, everybody has a healthcare in Finland. You don't need to be part of some
insurance.
Yeah, you don't need to have insurance. You can go to healthcare centers and you can get good healthcare even in more serious diseases. You don't if you are getting some serious condition like cancer or something, you will be treated. Also, you don't need to have an insurance for it. For example, I think it's a very good benefit, very great thing.
Yeah.
Also, everything around like cities, like the roads, streets, everything is covered by the taxes we pay. And of course, this social healthcare, social caring system that if you are earning money, but you are earning it so little that you cannot really get along with it, then the Finnish system pays you some extra so that you can survive and you can get along with your money. And you are getting, for example, students. If you are a student in Finland, you get a little. Is it allowance or what it is in English? But you're getting this little money for a living.
Stipend.
Yeah, you're getting some money to so that you are able to study. Yeah, so you can study. The money is not very big, so you cannot really live widely, but for example, when I was a student, it was a long time ago, obviously, but I lived very, very so that I saved a lot of money. I didn't spend money really. I only bought food and my apartment And the money I got from the government, it was enough. I got my studies. I didn't have to work at the same time. But usually, many times, students do go to work. They work in the weekends or something to get more money. And also, students get this loan. It's a studying loan, some money that you have to pay back. But it's very cheap loan. You don't the extra payments that you have.
Interest rate.
Interest
Yeah.
rate.
Yes, you
Zero
don't have
interest.
to. They are not very high. It's very good loan for the students also. So it's possible for students to actually study here, even without rich parents or wealthy parents.
Yeah.
Everybody can
With
study
the
here.
affordability.
Yeah. So those are maybe the basic things we get with the taxes, of course. A lot of other
Thanks,
things too, but.
Thanks,
But
man. That's
those
what
are
I was
maybe
trying
the
to
best.
figure it out. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was figuring out. If we are paying tax, so we should get some benefits. So that's a very good,
Yeah.
initiative, or that's a
Yeah. So if you're paying taxes in Finland, you are also getting these things they're not quite free. You are not, if you're going to healthcare center, it's not like totally free, but it's the money that you pay is maybe like 20 euros instead of if you are going to a private doctor station, some private hospital, it could be like 180 euros or 200 euros one time. And when you are going to public healthcare, that is for everyone, maybe you paid for 20 euros. So it's very, very cheap. So that sort of things.
Ma'am,
Okay.
okay.
Go ahead.
Ma'am,
Go ahead.
you met Finland ambassador. Have you ever met Finland ambassador?
No, I haven't. No, I
He
haven't.
came to our university.
No, I haven't. I know the name, but I haven't.
Ma'am, one more question. Ma'am, one more question I have to ask you. Yeah,
No more
ma'am,
question,
how
please.
many? Mehboob, quiet,
One more
please. I'm asking question to teacher.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, how many hours are allowed to work? How many hours you're allowed to work? A day or a weekly? Can I work 12, 13, 14 hours a day?
Yes, I'd say yes. It depends on what job you are doing, but if you are having several jobs, of course you can take as much hours as you want and you can do. But ordinary working hours are like 8 hours a day. That's ordinary for someone. But for example, if you're working in a business that's kind of seasonal, then sometimes you might have a lot more working hours than and in some other time. If it's very if it's not like certain season in for example in service professions, then you might have some less hours. But you can work if you want. You can take more jobs if you want. If you can find a job, then you can do jobs.
Yeah,
Ma'am, it is not easy to find a job in Finland as well.
Especially in hotels, and you can work restaurants, you can work 13, 14 hours or up to 12 hours a day. So ma'am, according to international labor's terms or whatever, so if the 8 hours, if you are getting 15 euros an hour, like you can work for 8 hours, so the 9th hour, 10 hours, like if you work for 10 hours, so extra hour will be double or 1.5 of it, like will be for 20 euros or 25. The employer has to pay overtime, like overtime, double the overtime.
It really depends on in what business you are in. If you are in kaupan ala, it's like merchandise business, in this business where they are selling things, then the working hours are put so that, for example, they are, how do you say it? So they are not looking for one day, they are looking for like 3 months. So during these 3 months, you can have certain amount of hours. And in some weeks, you might have lots of hours and sometimes less. But during this 3 months period, you are having a certain amount of hours. And then if the hours, if you do extra hours during this longer period, then you are starting to get some extra payment for it.
From normal
But
hour, as
they
compared to normal hour, you will get a little bit extra.
Yeah, but if you are working like normal hours, like a day, then if you are today, okay, depends on the business. But if I am working today 2 hours more than it was originally scheduled into my timetable, then I will have to take 2 hours off from the next week. So I'm not getting extra money for doing something extra today because I just have to balance it next week.
Okay.
So that's also the system, but you are not. It's not so that's obvious that you would get money for every hour that you are more at work. But in the evenings you get more money usually. In the weekends, a bit more money depending on
Nights.
what business you are in. Nights, of course, you get a bit better salary for nights, but it depends on the business you are in. There are different working regulations for different areas, different professions. Yeah, so that's why I can't give you like a full answer to this one. Yeah,
That
Yeah.
was so helpful, ma'am. Thank you.
yeah. I hope this
still got
told you something. Yeah, but hey, dear friends, we kind of took this it was good side path now that we took, but you are still having this month thing here open. Can you see the hauska tavata material? That's
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you know the months in Finnish. And at home, I would like you to do some exercises.
Okay.
This one we didn't talk about this yet, but we go this to next time. This ennen and jälkeen, before and after words. But do the exercise number 2. Tee tehtävä 2. Okay, you do this one, exercise 2, and exercise 2. Then you go to the next page, which is here. Read this one, this part, and try to figure out what is it saying.
Okay.
And then 2 more short exercises here.
Okay.
Tehtävä 4 ja tehtävä 5.
Okay.
Joo, sinulla on 3 tehtävää. You are having now three exercises to do at home. 2, tehtävä 2, tehtävä 4 ja tehtävä 5. Those are your homework today. We'll go through them next Wednesday. All right? Yeah?
All right.
All right, ma'am. Thank
Tiedätkö?
you.
So you know what to do. Yes.
All right,
Okay, ma'am.
bye-bye.
Kiitos tästä päivästä.
Moi moi.
Nähdään ensi
Nähdään.
viikolla.
Kiitos.
Kiitos. Heippa.
Thank you.
Moi moi.
Moi
Moi.
Moi.
Nakami.
Yay, yay.
Kiva päivää.
Moi moi.
Moi moi.
Moi moi.
moi.
Moi moi.
Moikka.
Moi moi.
Moi moi.
Moi moi.
Moikka Abdullah.
Nadan, nadan.
Nähdään ensi viikolla.